What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Key coming at y'all boys with a brand new video on this reaction channel grind. You feel me? So, with that being said, man, it's a lot going on. But I'm gonna try to get to it all. Like, for instance, I know Lil Baby J got locked up on a gun charge or something like that. I'm gonna try to find a video, bring y'all the facts on that case. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this one. Content creator best friend killed by his daughter boyfriend over an Instagram post. That shit crazy. Go ahead, check it out.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
Came to give out blessings, man. You already know what it is, man. We came to bless some folks. Excuse me. Got some money for you. Give some money.
What's good, Facebook, man? Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for the positive feedback yesterday, man. Or the other day, you know what I'm saying, on the music, the 2 songs I dropped for everybody, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of positive feedback, a lot of motherfuckers fucking with that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I want to thank y'all for that positive support, you know what I'm saying? First of all.
3 murdered, and loved ones say it was the boyfriend of one of his daughters who shot and killed him.
The victim's family is now worried after they say the boyfriend took off with the daughter.
He said something about his friends being killers, and Keith said, you know, you can have whatever you have going on, but you got to get out of my house. Like, you can't stay here no more.
If your guardian was anything like my mother, it wasn't even a thought that while I was under her roof as a teenager, I could have someone I consider my girlfriend to live with me. But that's not the case for all parents.
Yeah, live me is crazy.
And I'm not here to say that's right or wrong, but I am here to go over a story that shows why this can be a terrible idea. Social media could be a dangerous tool. Some people get it, some people don't. Some people got to go through these experiences to learn. I was one of them. But for some people, it's too late for they realize they don't get another second chance at life. A young man who lost both of his parents gets accepted and moved in with his girlfriend family. This young man been doing this since 17, now 18. But after one post, after putting the very same man's house in jeopardy that took you in, you decide to take his life in front of his daughter, who's your girlfriend, and not to mention in front of his other 2 daughters.
No.
For what? I plan on trying to explain.
Took that man's life in front of 3 of his children, bruh. And then she left with you is insane, bruh. He had 2 snakes under his household, not just one.
Why? At least was presented to the public, while giving you a dive of who the victim is and how he lost his life, may he rest in peace, and who the suspect is and how he's now fighting for his life. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Fam, the man will later discuss who lost his life. At one point in time, he was very close to a Florida rapper, Nino Brown. A man once affiliated with DJ Khaled, who now managed to make a comfortable living being a vlogger with over 1 million subscribers. Some of his best work is giving words of encouragement.
Hey, something. When God don't move you out the way of certain people, man, stay out the way. When God don't move you from a certain place, don't go back there. It's something finna happen to them people that you love, that you miss so much. They finna go through something. And God trying to protect you from the storm, but you missing them, man. You letting the spirit of loneliness get to you to make you want to go back there. You finna turn to Lot's wife. You gonna turn to a pillar of salt, because God trying to protect you from the drought that's finna come. That person finna reach poverty. That place you come from, man, it's finna reach mass destruction. It's a storm coming, man, and God trying to pull you up under this umbrella. But some kind of reason, you letting that enemy trick you to go back to people that God done move you out the way from. When God move you out the way, man, stay out the way, because God only protect the people he love. You blocking your blessing, messing with them people that he got a lesson to teach to. God finna burn that shit down. God finna teach them a lesson. God finna put something on their ass for things that they did in the past. And don't you block your blessings trying to block them from their karma. Let me tell you something. Let God work.
I didn't want to pause it, but he was going in. He said, don't let yourself block your blessings trying to block their karma. That shit powerful, man. I can't lie. Nino Brown, man.
Years back, Nino Brown managed to drop a song with the Sir Smile instrumental. That song was received well, with over 300,000 views and counting.
There's gonna be some stuff you see that make it hard for you to smile. Get back up on your feet and show your teeth.
And back then, in a lot of Nino Brown videos, you would see what some would consider a Carroll City legend. A man who go by the name of
Carroll
Pippin
City
Chief
trenches.
305. His real name is Keith Poole. This was a man who was known to have pretty women around him all the time. A man who also was an inspiring rapper and also a loving father of 3 girls. This him and Nino Brown giving money to the homeless, as Nino Brown give one of his inspiring speeches.
You understand me? You ain't blessing people, you don't count out here. We blessing people every day, year round. Boss, excuse me, got some money for you, give some money. The real blessing is until you give out something and pay somebody that can't repay you back.
But on August 19th, 2024, a Monday just before 5 p.m., local authorities in Pompano Beach will report that Keith Poole was shot to death in his front yard, broad daylight, in front of his 3 daughters. This incident happened on the 1500 block of Northeast 28th Street in Pompano Beach. When officers arrived, they found Poole shot multiple times outside his home. The suspect was his 17-year-old daughter's boyfriend, who happened to escape before being on a run with the daughter.
Bro, that is so crazy to me, bro.
Murdered.
Now, not only like, okay, so like the only thing that could be like really worse step up from this is if your daughter or your son was to actually be the one who did something to you, but you left with the man who just killed your father, bro. Imagine if he survived, how damaged our relationship would have been. That is insane, bro. The things that people do, like, imagine if this story never hit the internet, bro. I'd have never heard about this. The things that people do, bro.
And loved ones say it was the boyfriend of one of his daughters who shot and killed him.
The victim's family is now worried after they say the boyfriend took off with the daughter.
CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister is at BSO headquarters with what loved ones are saying tonight.
Those who knew 44-year-old Keith Poole tell me he would do absolutely anything for his 3 daughters. In fact, I'm told that he took his oldest daughter's boyfriend in when he had nowhere else to go. He had a heart. The people who loved Keith Poole say he's the kind of guy who would do anything to help someone who needed it.
He was such a people person, like, and everybody loved him.
Move
and just
in
like
is deep.
He would give the shirt off of his back for anybody. The last of a dying breed in today's world.
Bridget Donovan dated Poole on and off for more than a decade, and she says his personality was simply magnetic.
He was just very fun. He was outgoing. He lived by the moment.
But the father of 3, who was adored by so many, would have his life tragically cut short. According to police, they received a call about a shooting on the 1500 block of Northeast 28th Street in Pompano Beach shortly before 5 p.m. on Monday. When officers arrived, they found Poole shot multiple times outside of his home. Donovan says his 17-year-old daughter's boyfriend is the one who pulled the trigger.
Her boyfriend, who also lived in the home with them, it was found out that he had a weapon in the home, and Keith told him that he had to leave. The kid walked out and said something about his friends being killers, and Keith said, you know, you can have whatever you have going on, but you got to get out of my house. Like, you can't stay here no more.
And that's what I don't understand about certain people either, bro. You cannot disrespect somebody else's house because they, quote unquote, won't let you live how you want to live. In his house, he gonna let you live how you want to live. You want to walk around with guns and this, that, and the third, and you want to be this gang banger, this street type of guy. Okay, cool, you gonna do that, but you can't do it here. All he asked you to do was leave, and you ended your life by ending his. Come on, man.
The boy pulled out the gun and shot him in the neck and chest.
Donovan says Poole took his daughter's boyfriend in after his parents died and treated him like a son. Now she says the boyfriend and Poole's daughter are missing and says the family fears for her life.
Nobody has contact with her. Nobody knows where she is. She's a minor, and we believe that she's in danger.
She might be.
We're withholding the name of the daughter.
I'm gonna let up on her for now. But I want to understand, maybe it's not going to be in this video, but I want to understand, did he tell her to get in the car with him, let's go? Or did she be like, or did she just leave with him? I want to know. That's the one thing I want to know.
And her boyfriend, as police continue this investigation. Anyone who has any information about this fatal shooting in Pompano Beach is asked to come forward. Remember, you can remain anonymous.
Now at this point, family and friends of Keith Poole went to social media looking for answers. One person went to Facebook quoting, "No fam, excuse they grammar. I had to read it like 10 times, but I'm gonna try to read around it or paraphrase more or less." This person wrote, "If anyone in Florida or Ohio sees these two people, please report immediately to 911. Quoting, "This young man shot and killed his girlfriend dad in front of her younger siblings and then took off with Jessie, who was the young girl name and just 17 years old, in front of her younger siblings." They then went on to quote that she willingly left because she believed she was scared that if she didn't go, her boyfriend would have did more damage. They believed at the time that her life was in danger and wanted people to help and share the post. Quoting at the very end, "We love you, Keith Poole. We will find them and he will suffer." Now this young man was identified as Lon Jones, just 18 years old. Here's pictures of him and his girlfriend Jessie on Facebook.
Oh, this is the picture that he's talking about.
All this allegedly took place because this young man had posted a firearm on social media. Jessie's dad had confronted him and said he had to bounce. This young man took offense of that and shot Keith Poole twice, causing him to collapse and take his last breath in front of his 3 daughters. Now, as mentioned, this young man had fled the scene with his girlfriend. She ended up returning home. He stayed on the run, but eventually he turned himself in.
For you, an 18-year-old now behind bars accused of murder. And we've now learned the man he allegedly shot and killed in Pompano Beach was his girlfriend's father. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is joining us live with more details on this one. Bridget?
Christy, investigators say that this teen shot and killed his girlfriend's father over social media posts. The contents of those posts have not been released to us. He has turned himself in to police as of today. On August 19th, investigators found a man named Keith Poole bleeding on a front porch off Northeast 28th Street in Pompano Beach. The 44-year-old was shot twice. 2 days later, the Broward County Sheriff's Office arrested 18-year-old LaJuan Jones Jr. for first-degree murder. Investigators say Jones ran away with his girlfriend after the shooting, and according to the victim's relative, the teen was dating Poole's daughter, who witnessed the shooting. She was later reunited safely with family. BSO says the shooting took place after Poole discovered social media posts by Jones he thought were inappropriate.
Mr. LaJuan Jones?
Judge, I've been advised he's a refuser.
Jones refused to appear before a judge for bond this afternoon.
So he don't even want bond. Well, he probably ain't gonna be able to post
Jones is facing a first-degree murder charge, and he remains in the Broward County Jail. We're live in Pompano Beach. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
Bridget, thank you.
Y'all know how we like to do it as we wrap the video up.
Wow.
Give love and condolences to the victim. So once again, we would like to say rest in peace to Keith Poole and love and condolences to his family. It's an unfortunate situation. It makes you wonder, did this young man feel too entitled? I tried to find the details of how his parents lost their life and when this took place, but I fell short, unfortunately, fam. Nonetheless, a young man decided to throw his life away at 18 years old, probably get life in jail, while the young lady should be on to another man. And there's no disrespect to her. We're talking about a young girl who had love for someone who took the life of the person who was assigned by the person she believed in as her dad. Cold world. This was the story of a Florida teenager who was basically almost adopted by his girlfriend's dad and decided to take his life because he confronted him about posting a firearm on social media.
But that would it be. That's what it is. I don't think it's necessarily entitlement, but I think it's more so of a, what's the other word I want to use? Not entitlement necessarily, but I don't know if he felt more so like tried. Like, man, what you mean I gotta go? Like, what you mean I gotta leave? This, that, and the third. I would have been feeling some type of way about him posting them other pictures, let alone the gun. But why you got my daughter? Like, bro, you tripping, bro? Like, you posted these pictures, bro. Like, come on, man. You gotta. Oh, it's accountability. He don't really have no accountability, and when something happened, he like, man, what? Like, that's what I think it is. It's more so accountability than entitlement. But entitlement can come with lack of accountability. So the same thing, maybe. But with that being said, man, it's your boy Key checking in, checking out. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. That's crazy. Imagine that, man. He took him into his home. I don't know how long, but you've been around all of his children, all of his daughters. They probably got relationships with you. If he had a significant other that he was living with, you probably had a relationship with them. The same person who was going to sleep with them every night took his life, man. It's crazy. But with that being said, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this video in the comment section below. We on that road to 100K. Rest in peace, that boy Keith, man. Gone.